All right, let's start with Thursday Night Football. San Francisco 49ers at the Los Angeles Rams. It's 7.5 right now. The Rams are favored over under 46.5 from our friends over at FanDuel. This game was, the spread was, 3.5 just a couple days ago. But Brock Purdy, Ricky Pearsall, and Juwan Jennings.
Yeah. It's like
All
how
out.
much, the nerds always talk about, well, quarterback's the only player who really moves the line, and, how much is he worth to the line if he gets hurt? What if all of the players
What about the
are
entire
hurt?
offense?
Yeah, what if at least everybody is listed as hurt? How much does that move the line?
Yeah, pretty significantly.
Yeah.
So, look, Rams are they're in an interesting spot. They're not putting up a ton of points, but they're moving the ball really well. Puka Nacua, dominant through 4 weeks here. Devontae Adams looks like a good fit. Matthew Stafford playing really good football after I thought what was a down year for him last year. He's back to, I think, what he was doing in 2023 and points of 2021 when they won the Super Bowl. So I think the Rams are looking really good. There's a lot on paper that says they should win by a score or two in this game at home.
Yeah, I think that's true. Man, it's hard to. Which way is the only thing that could stop this? Like, clearly, the Rams are way healthier aside from anything else, and for that reason alone, they should win this game reasonably comfortably because I think the two teams were, vaguely evenly matched heading into the season, but one team's got all their players, the other team's got almost nobody. Which way does the NFC West rock, paper, scissors thing work? I never remember that because that's the only thing that could change this is for whatever reason. Kyle Shanahan, Juju.
Shanahan always owned McVay.
So that would be the only thing that would make you go, is there any reason whatsoever why this would go against the Rams? But that's it. That's it.
There were times throughout history when the Niners had like a great offensive line and the Rams would come out and throw 97 straight screens.
Yeah.
Like it was you would get McVay into these extreme game plans. Like, I hate that. I can't deal with the rush. We're going screen heavy. Jared Goff didn't throw the ball beyond the line of scrimmage or whatever in one of the games. Late last year, let's see.
Sumer Sports has a couple of fascinating numbers on Puka Nacua. He's got a catch rate of 84%, which is extremely high, 6 out of 107 players. He hasn't dropped anything yet, 0 drops. And an 80.8% completion rate when targets are charted as not open based on separation. So when you're throwing to him and he's covered, you're still completing 80% of your pass, 81% of your passes.
That's
the league average for those apparently is 45.5%.
That's amazing.
So he's almost double the average of completion rate when you're targeting him, and he's not open.
Yeah, he's been outstanding. You see the clips too of Stafford with the game tying touchdown. Kind of taunting and everything. He's having fun out there.
Yeah.
4th straight week, I'll say maybe we overrated the back injury. Always going to keep an eye on it, though.
For yourself.
We're 1 week away, or 1 week removed from the Niners not even hitting or knocking down Trevor Lawrence in their game. So the first week without Nick Bosa.
Yeah. Like, whatever about the offense, it's banged up. Basically, the only man left standing is Christian McCaffrey at this point. You go to the defense, and you're like, the first chance they had to show pass rush without Nick Bosa went almost as badly as it could possibly have gone. Like, basically nobody got any pressure whatsoever. And they did some of the things that we were saying they would have to do. Like, Bryce Huff played a lot more, Now, again, there's a difference between playing more snaps and actually focusing on the run or simply saying, look, just be out there as a body, but still go after the quarterback every time. Point is, none of it worked. Like, they did the things, they still got 0 pressure. That's a problem.
Hey guys, real quick, only 40% of our viewers are actually subscribed, so let's change that. Hit that subscribe button, and now let's get back to the action. I make this joke every year, so let's roll with it. A team has a record. I say, is this the best? Is this the best 0-4 team in history? Is this the worst 10-0 team in history, 2020 Steelers? The Niners are in rough shape for a 3-1 team.
Yeah.
They're in rough shape. I mean, you've got Trent Williams kind of regressing a little bit at left tackle, but that battle with Jared Verse, I think, looks like a lot of fun every time they're lined up opposite each other. You've got a receiving core now that is Demarcus Robinson, Kendrick Bourne, Sky Moore, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Mac Jones at the helm, who played pretty well for a couple weeks.
Sure.
But with more with Pearsall, with Jennings in there, and then you have Christian McCaffrey trying to carry the workload. We'll talk about him with the FanDuel prop bet in just a little bit. So, and then the Nick Bosa factor, like we said, inability to create any kind of pressure with him, without him.
Yeah. like the 49ers, the way they've been winning games, on the one hand, it's great because you're like, look, if they just get people healthy, they've stolen some wins, that will put them in a great position later in the season. The thing is, though, people are not getting healthy. If anything, they're getting more banged up, and they're losing players as the weeks go on. So you're like, okay, they've been winning these games, but the more bodies they lose, the less likely they are to win the next one. Like at some point, it doesn't matter. You're just too banged up for it to matter. Like they actually need to get some of these bodies back for them to have any kind of future this season. But they put themselves ahead of the eight ball with the wins that they got earlier in the season.
Did it again. Tweeted out the wrong thing. Do you think, if you're talking about, hey, how can the Niners hang? What could happen? Fred Warner, who over the last couple of years has had so many games where he's almost single-handedly keeping the Niners in it with a turnover, a peanut punch. I mean, those are the types of things. Why is my record so bad, Sam? Because I can't predict punt return touchdowns. I can't predict blocked kicks, and that's exactly why.
That's definitely why.
That's why my record is off. That is the type of thing that keeps the Niners in this game. If they can, win special teams, Fred Warner, forces a key turnover, whatever it might be. That's how they stay in this thing.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is a game that feels like there's no way the 49ers should win it, and yet even the man in Vegas has it as within a score, right? Like this is the variance within the NFL, is that generally speaking, this is a fairly comfortable looking Rams win, and yet even the Vegas line says one bounce of the ball and it goes the other way, right? And that's where a special teams blocked kick, suddenly there's a touchdown, a peanut punch, a fumble six, a pick six, like any of these things immediately put 7 points on the other direction, and the game flips. Like that's just the reality of the NFL. So anytime you talk about these games, you're like, well, how could it possibly go the other way? Any one of those things could make that happen, right? But you assume that the longer this game goes, Stafford's playing out of his mind. Puka Nacua looks great. Devontae Adams looks really good. The Rams' offense generally looks pretty strong. Their defense is powerful. They have the advantage pretty much everywhere.
My special teams ignorance strikes again, as the chat says. All right, man. Rams by 7.5, over under 46.5. Where are you going to go with this Thursday night pick?
I liked it more when it was, 3.5, but I'm still picking the Rams, even at this number.
Same. If you're in our sleeper pick'em league.
Yeah, those lines lock on Tuesday, I think,
Yeah.
so you can get some crazy lines relative to.
So there's
it doesn't really matter because it's a captive league. You're not some money on it.
No, but we're all working with the same lines there. But there's good value on the Rams, I would say. That's not a free pick, but there's value there.
Yes.
I'll also take the Rams even with the 7.5, as will Harry, my 10-year-old.
Nice. Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video.
Check the Mic is live every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a thing.
And the all-knowing algorithm is convinced you'll also like these videos, and who are we to argue?